Hi, friends. I'm so glad you're joining me. Just for a second, I want to just tell you we've had a lot of people asking us about 13 days, and you keep hearing about it and how you can have all the volunteers that you need for everything that God has put on your or your leadership's heart. And so now I want to tell you a little bit about how that happens. So 13 day in its most simplistic form stands for a person serving once a month. That's the 12, plus 1/5 Sunday or Saturday, 1/5 Wednesday. But let me tell you, when you try to take something on without really having the training or the tools, that's when it fails. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Without consultation, plans are frustrated, but with many counselors, they succeed." I like other versions even say those plans will go awry or fail. You need someone to come alongside. You don't have the time to figure it out. Let's just be honest. You don't. And if you don't have someone to bounce your million questions off of, or who's been through it before and can guide you through the process, you're going to get to the point where you'll just scrap it all and say, I can't do this at my church. It'll just never work. And those are the words that will seal the deal and potentially keep you from experiencing the freedom and the life that is supposed to come from your ministry and to your people and to yourself. So, you know what? Actually, while I'm hitting thoughts that remove yourself from receiving the blessing, let me give you another one. Some might think, I don't run my church. I'm just over one ministry within the church. And so I know this is a culture change for your church, and so I can't do this. Well, that's actually not true. I know of a children's ministry that launched the 13-day with the training. They went through the whole thing, did the prints, did the prep, strategized with God and with their key leaders. And before they were going to roll it out, they had some time at their staff meeting to present. The children's pastor had time to present what they were going to do. And by the time that children's ministry launched their 13-day, I hate the word campaign, culture shift, the ushers, the greeters, hang on, I'm looking at my list, ministry teams, and even the youth had jumped on board, and the culture change had begun. Wouldn't that be awesome? Stop for a second, dream about it. What if you had all the volunteers you need to accomplish everything that God has put on your heart? How would that change things? But don't just take 13 days. Okay, we're going to roll this out. 13 days is what we're going to do. Everybody serves one Sunday a month, and your faithful few are going to be like, woo, we're switching to that program because that's so much less than we're doing. And everyone else in your church will be thinking, that sounds intriguing. I don't know where it is. I don't know how to sign up, and I don't know what's expected of me. So no. And it'll fail. So it doesn't matter what ministry you're over. What matters is finding a counselor, finding training, and the tools that will equip you to be successful. Just like that verse we read in Proverbs. So, I want to let you in though. This is not just a quick rip 100 copies off on the printer and staple it to something corny and then guilt each parent into serving as they pick up their kids for the next few weeks. That is the opposite of what we're doing. Instead, this is actually based off of Ephesians 4:12 and 13, which says this. Hang on, I'm going to read it so I don't slaughter it. For the equipping of the saints for the work of service, to the building up of the body of Christ, until we all attain the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to a mature man, to the measure of the stature which belongs to the fullness of Christ. How do we get to that? Where people look at your church, they see maturity, they see the fullness of Christ. It starts with equipping the saints to serve. And that's where the 13-day training begins. So, get that 13-day training, with the downloads. The link is in the description. It's only on sale for one more week, and then the cost of it has to go up. Our cost of production and of maintaining it, updating it, just goes up, and so we have to increase the price. But get it before it does that. We have 1 week left, and this could change everything for your ministry and even enable you to involve people that have never felt like they had a place before within your church. That's what this can do. It can bring peace to you, peace to your team that's overworked. Imagine, what if you went to 80% volunteering somewhere in the church? Wouldn't that be amazing? Let me just leave you with this. Let me say it this way. Don't keep doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. Let's do something different with wise counsel so that God's plans can succeed in your ministry and in those who are in your congregation. Message us if you have any questions.